Namaste. Today we are doing a session of Fill with Peace, and I'm very happy that Ujjwal is able to join us today. So we are going to start with an experience, and after that we will talk about peace, Fill with Peace, the 100 days of Fill with Peace, and all those different things that we've been addressing in the group. So we started the 100 days of Fill with Peace in on the 28th. And this is the first week. Our theme for this week is the power of place. So all of this will come back to after Ujjwal's activity. So let's get started with the activity. And then after that, we'll start the discussion.
Mo Ramana, are you all ready for the activity? I see Gitanjali ji ready, so I want you to participate in this. We are going to sing a song with slow movements. These are songs written by Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. They're called Arunachala Padigam. Padigam is 11 or 10 paragraphs, and they're called a decade on Arunachala. The English translation is what we're going to sing. Okay, are you all ready? I'm getting the shruti in place. Oh, we're going to sing Arunachala, Arunachala. Think no more of keeping me away. Think no more of keeping me away from your feet. Arunachala, repeat. Arunachala. Think no more of keeping me away. Think no more of keeping me away from your feet, from your feet. Lord Supreme, I am the Lord Supreme. I am the first among those who lack the supreme wisdom, supreme wisdom,
the
to
sweet wisdom,
clasp your feet, to clasp your feet.
to grasp your feet, to grasp
Lord
your feet,
Supreme, Lord Supreme, I am the first among those, first among those who lack the supreme wisdom,
the
the
supreme
supreme
wisdom
wisdom,
to clasp your feet, to
to clasp
clasp
your
grasp
feet
your feet,
in freedom from
in
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 freedom
freedom
from
freedom from, in freedom
attachment,
from
attachment.
attachment,
Arunachala,
Arunachala,
Arunachala.
Arunachala,
Think no more of,
think
think
no
think
more
no
no
of
more
more
of
of
keeping me away, keeping
keeping
me
me
away
keeping me
away
away
from your feet, from
from your
from
your
your,
feet. Ordain that,
all in that
ordain my burden
my
my
burden
burden
should no more be mine,
should
should
no
should
more
no
no
be
more
more
mine,
be
be
mine,
mine,
but yours,
but
but
yours,
yours,
but yours.
but
but
yours.
yours.
Ordain that
All in
And
that
in that,
my burden
my
my,
burden
my
should
burden
should no more
should
should
know
know.
more.
Be mine,
Be mine.
Be mine,
but yours,
But yours.
but
but
yours,
yours.
But yours.
but
What can
yours.
be a, what can
What
be a
can be a
burden for
What can be
you?
a
Burden
burden
for
for
you,
burden, burden
for
for you?
you, the
you?
all sustainer,
You
They
also
also
stay.
stay.
the all sustainer,
The all sustainer.
sustainer, Arunachala,
Arunachalam.
Chala.
Arunachala. Think no more of
Think
Think
no more.
no more of
keeping me away
Keeping
keeping
me
me
away
away
from your feet.
from
from
your
your
feet.
way.
Yes, we want one more song. In Ramana Tata's ashram, happily. In Ramana Tata's ashram,
Ashram.
happily.
Happily.
Oh, so many,
Oh, so
oh, so
many.
many ants I see,
And I
ants I
say,
see. Happily, happily.
happily.
Here is an ant,
Here is an ant.
there is an ant,
There is an
here
ant.
and there.
Here and there.
They move silently.
They move silently.
In Ramana Tata's ashram, happily.
Happily.
In
In
Ramana
Yamana
Tata's ashram,
ashram.
happily.
Happily.
A B C D E F G.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
All animals I see. All
All
animals I
animals
see.
I see.
Happily.
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 Thank you. A
Thank
flower
you,
clap
sir.
for all those who participated. You are on mute, Ramaji. Yeah.
Thank you for that experience. I want to invite the parents to share, how they felt, what they experienced in the first song and in the second song. So Gitanjali, you can start. And I know that Monica had commented before when she participated last time. So I just want to invite all of you, Anusha, everybody. I would like everyone to take turns expressing how they felt during each experience.
Ma'am, actually, the first song it was calming for me. Like I was getting more calmer and regulated. Whereas the second it was so like excitement, happiness, cheerful. Actually,
Cheerful.
that was the difference I observed.
Okay. Anybody else? I'd like to hear from everyone what
For,
they.
for me, hi, this is Bharti. For me, the burden to Ramana Rishi, that was very good. I felt good. Give all your burden to him and you don't take the burden because what can be a burden for the great Ramana Maharishi? So that was a very good line. I'll remember that.
Yes. Actually, that's a song.
And like Geetanjali said, the first one was good, the second one was very lively. So there is a contrast which was very good. Yeah.
Uh, Akshaya, are you there? I know you do. I don't know if she's. Monica? Okay, so I don't know. Maybe they're not
No,
able.
no. Yeah, ma'am, I'm hearing, but it's little noise is there. You will not be able to hear me, ma'am.
It's okay, Monica. I can hear you. Why don't you share? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I think always, no, ma'am, because we are also doing with the children now. It's become so easy now, and especially Ujjal Anna's slow pace and the smile and the way he does it, like, it has imbibed into our systems, I think. So we practice it quite often, and the children are picking it up almost on a daily basis. We're practicing. So. That's a key thing, ma'am.
Thank you, Monica. I wanted to return to what Bharati said about the burden.
Thanks to you, Rama. Thanks to you, Rama ma'am, for bringing it all together. And like, you're so consistent with your posts, your dedication to it, ma'am. It's like the service that you're doing, ma'am. It's really, really can't
Don't,
have so much of gratitude to you, Anand and Ujjal Anna and you, ma'am.
I don't know that I can take credit for it. It seems to be just coming together on its own. So I'm just happy that it's happening. So, but actually, there's a little history to this Padigam song that Ujjwal just sang. I've been resisting. No, Natya is not for me. I'm not a Natya person, kind of thing. This is the first song actually I, voluntarily sort of joined in because it just made me feel so relaxed. And I've been experimenting with the song actually. Anant and I sing the song every day. And I shared this because we had recorded the song in Tiruvannamalai, and this one and there's another one. And I'll share both of them. I think it's really actually helpful even for parents because if you think about the wording, you think about and that even comes later, but just experiencing the movements, experiencing the singing. And for me, what I find is the movements matter. I tried in Ujjal's last class, just sitting like this and trying to sing it. It really does not have the same effect as when you do the movements with the song. So there are a lot of variables, and that's why I wanted to start with an experience. There are a lot of variables here. There is movement, but what kind of movement? Anant is increasingly wanting slow, soft movement. So he'll come to me and say, Amma, let's do the Padigam. He doesn't want to do his dance practice, but he wants to do the Padigam. So he'll come and say, Amma, can we sing the Padigam? And we discover what variables are really important at what times. So we are actually singing the Padigam about 2-3 times a day now because he's really connecting to that. And as you said, the animal song we've seen and experienced many times before, and it's very lively. So coming back to P.E.A.C.E, which is the presence, engagement, activation, connection, and enjoyment. It all, I think, starts from presence. So the way I did the poster today, I sort of thought back to our experience with Ujjwal since October 2022, and it's more than 3 years now. And I think it starts with the guide presence. So if the guide has a very consistent presence, I think it plays a very important role in how the experiences unfold. If the guide presence is consistent, you see engagement. So I think when you have the very calm presence and a very regulated presence, we've seen that Anant tends to engage more. And so I took the variable presence for guide, engagement for the learner, activation, I brought it to a family level because I think that really working on calmness, working on activation is not a 1-minute thing. So it is something that Anant and I work on continuously. And whatever inputs we're getting from Ujjwal, we use that in setting up a daily rhythm and so on. And then connection with the guide, with the parent, with other people. It all starts to fall into place. And then finally, enjoyment. So I like to see peace as a pathway to enjoyment because right in the beginning, parents and children might be experiencing challenges, stresses, and so on. But if you start with a guide presence, shift the engagement, activation, address it consistently through daily rhythms, and then create opportunities for connection with different people, and then the enjoyment unfolds. So to me, enjoyment is a few steps away, and the other 4 variables really lead to enjoyment. So your comments on this, Ujjwal?
Yes, I agree with what you say. The enjoyment, I mean, in the newsletter with Ambikaka has mentioned, she clears what the enjoyment in the THD also is. Okay, she says that enjoyment is the basic natural state that we are in, which is of peace and calmness. That is the enjoyment that we are talking about. So all the sadhana that we are doing, so all the activities that we are doing should actually help us get back to that our natural state of peace and joy, which is the true enjoyment which we have mentioned. We are also concentrating here. And as Ramaji is telling that we are not able to access that, although it is our own nature, we are not able to access it. So for that, various other things are disturbing us. For example, our own thoughts, our own mental state, or some physical what to say, physical uneasiness, which is creating all these problems. So if we can tackle through these natya activities, if we are able to handle the physical discomfort, we are able to work on our gross motor skills, fine motor skills, and we come to the deeper state of addressing the mental state and also addressing our intellectual state, then we come to when all these elements are taken care of, then we can access the enjoyment, which is the basis and also the goal of all these sadhana, and including the peace which Ramaji is mentioning.
Thank you, Ujjwal. So there are a couple of points here, and we come back to the theme of the first week, the power of place. And so returning to my Tiruvannamalai experience, it sort of just happens in Tiruvannamalai quite naturally because it's a very calming place. The rhythms of the place hold you, and some of that just happens. And Bharati commented on this too, that when you experience that inner peace, the way Anant was narrating the Jackie the Dog story. So we had many of those kind of moments in Tiruvannamalai because he's just very able to connect to that state of peace, and then the engagement happens. So I think this is something to hold on to as a longer term picture. Maybe our children will engage better and learn and be available to enjoy everything if that calm state can be maintained. And place is a place to start. And when you combine place with a person, which is what happened to us in RMCL, because when we came to RMCL, I think that's the hall you're in right now, Ujjwal, where we do the class. So that's the dance hall. You can see, and Bharti, you mentioned this too. It's a large dance hall, very spacious, no visual clutter, a very comfortable place. And there's plenty of space for Anant and Ujjwal to move around when they were doing the dance. So when the place and people come together, and it starts to shift. So we've been very blessed that we've been able to do so many lessons with Ujjwal in person in that hall, because that space matters. And now Anant has his office right below that hall. So it's a beautiful experience for us. But I think I would like people to think about the power of place. And there was a beautiful story shared today by one of the parents, and she was talking about how the heat is bothering her son, and he doesn't want to do anything other than being, taken around in a car. And first she was like, oh, what happens if I just keep going around in this car? We're not giving him any good experiences. But then she realized that right in the car, they can have fun. So they're singing songs, they're talking about what they're seeing. And she's saying, actually, we are having a very good time there, right? Just driving around in the car. So if you realize that, the heat, the fatigue, and all these things, and this brings us back to interoception, and our children may have a lot of trouble with that. But if they're having disturbance because of heat, fatigue, digestive issues, whatever it is, lack of sleep, we can still maybe reach that peace through place and presence. Those are, I think, two very big variables there. So I don't know if anybody wants to comment on that. Any thoughts, Gitanjali, Monica, Bharti?
I mean, I keep reminding Anand. Yeah,
Ma'am, I
sorry,
want
please,
to
please.
ask. Ma'am, you said that last time Anand said he doesn't want to do that dance, right? The group dance and all. So, I mean, that's good that he actually realized that
Yeah.
it is too overstimulating and all. But I
Yeah.
want to understand, Ujjal and you and Rama ma'am, like so many years he has practiced it. So how do you take it? Like, when he says that I don't want to do this. So does it come as a shock? Like, how do you accept it?
Well,
And
you ask Ujjwal that. He walks right up to Ujjwal and says,
yeah,
I'm not going to do the dance for Ramanotsavam. And he also tells him, I won't come to your group class. You ask him how he deals with that.
I mean, the thing is, I myself am a dancer. So Ramaji keeps telling me that although I am a dancer, I don't get many opportunities to perform solo or to go to different places and perform as a Bharatanatyam dancer. The opportunities that I am being provided is to be a teacher, a storyteller, a theatre arts or holistic development professional. So this is what opportunities I am getting. So if you ask me why are you not dancing Ujjwal, so they say I think at that right point of time you are placed at the right time to do the right thing. So I think although he has learned dance, it's not about performance. I think he has learned various things by dance. He has learned discipline. He has learned to endure that until if you finish the dance you can't relax. You have to be and you should complete the dance. So that endurance, all these are taught by dance. Of course, his gross motor skills and fine motor skills, he can hold hastas very quickly, and he has a very good rhythm sense, so he can follow the rhythm. And he has musically also he's very very talented. He can, when I put the shruti, he's able to catch the pitch and he sings very beautifully. And he is also understands that okay, this shruti I'm not able to sing, I want to sing in a shruti. So he is able to understand all these things. So I think dance has taught him all these things. I also understand, it's okay if you don't do a dance performance also, we are always including all those learnings in our all the other things. So like we use all the hastas in the actions that we use in dance, and through that we are learning so many stories. And he's doing his hasta project, this which is actually related to dance. So he's exploring each hastas and its uses that is given in the shloka in Abhinaya Darpana. Then he is exploring that with stories. So all these are helping. It's not gone waste, but we can find new ways of utilizing those learnings that he has learned in dance in all the other activities that we are planning for him, or whatever activities he is interested in. Regarding the place, I just wanted to add that for the beginners, in the beginning, when we are starting, maybe we should pay attention to having a calm place, to maybe a visit to Tiruvannamalai. Of course, it adds up to it, but always you can, if you can hold on to that mental experience. Like for example, how Ramaji, he told that the listening to the Tamil chants from the old hall was a great experience, where even Anand reported that his mind was calm. So we can bring back, we can recreate that experience mentally, where they both are sitting down at 6 o'clock every evening and they are listening to the Ramanashram chant in their house. Okay, so when you do that, add that to your daily rhythm, then you can bring back that same experience wherever you are. So you can also plan like that. And Ramana says Arunachala is the heart. So if we can close our eyes and turn towards the heart, then we can find ourselves at Arunachala, which is the right place. So first for the beginning, you can start with the right place which is suitable for them, but slowly you can work on bringing that same experience of that place wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Yes, Ramaji.
That's a very important point, because right now, since we spent a couple of weeks in Tiruvannamalai, we are actively working on recreating that at home and saying that, okay, what was it that really helped? So going and listening to the chants every day was very calming and regulating. So we're saying that let's try and do that. Let's listen at the same 6 p.m. Maybe we can even use the Ramanashramam live videos to maintain that rhythm. Because what can happen is you can get this 2 weeks of reset, but then when you come, then you're again, the rhythms fall apart. So we are very consciously trying to hold on to what we experienced in Tiruvannamalai and recreate it and sort of take it with us. In fact, I'm going to probably make a video, but I also made what I call the bag of peace, because we have all these different things. Like he loves doing the mandala. We read books. He started writing more since the Ramanotsavam. So I said maybe we had this big bag that they gave us in the when we signed up for the art class in rhythms. And what I did was, with that, I created one bag and I put the mandala materials, the journal, book we are reading, everything into what I now call the bag of peace, because we keep going between home and RMCL and we're always scrambling around trying to find the materials. So we just thought we'll take a big bag and put everything in it. So right now I'm at my brother's place and we brought the bag and we're just going to do that. And his little music box where he has all the chants and everything. So everything is in one bag now. So that's something we spent a little time doing after the Tiruvannamalai trip. And so there are these little things that can make a difference. So I think that bag of peace might help us transport that, the experience from one place to another.
Now that bag becomes the anchor.
The bag becomes the anchor. Because it's
Ma'am,
also,
like not a,
because we waste a lot of time, right? Oh, where did the mandala go? Where did we leave these brush pens? What happened to that music thing? We're always looking for that. So we said, okay.
yes. Like as you said, when we are talking about the place, not everyone will have the privilege of Ramanashramam or the big hall and all. So
Yes.
I was thinking of like now, especially when sir was talking, like we cannot create a big place, so we can make the place which we already have
Yes.
happy by creating more beautiful moments. Like here, maybe enjoyment will play the main role
Yes.
to make the place more nice
Yes.
and happier for them and calmer for them.
That's why I shared the Montessori experience too. Uh, in the Montessori, because, again, it's taken from the Montessori school to home. And it was very beautiful to observe. This was in the preschool. It was so nice to see all the children just, walking up to the materials, choosing the material they wanted, bringing a rug, putting the rug on the floor, putting the materials. So we really recreated that at home. His teacher was wonderful. She had noticed that he loved all the math materials. So she said, okay, she allowed us to borrow, she encouraged us to borrow it and explore it at home. And we did the same thing. We bought little few rugs. So he will bring that and pretty much replicated the experience. And I think that little rug makes a difference. I think it gives him some visual marker. So he would come and spread that rug on the floor, put the materials, do his whatever activity. And then you can extend that. So if you're doing some, say, painting or something, you can use the same, approach to it. So once you develop that sensitivity to place and environment and how a well-organized environment helps, that can help. And there are places right around us which have nature, just trees and little. In Bangalore, there are for example, there are a lot of little parks. So when we go on a walk, we'll always sit for 10 minutes in one park. So it is just a question of even being mindful and utilizing what's around you. So if you know the variables, I think you're more attuned to it. And so when we go and do the recording for Fun with Hastas, we'll often head over to the Ramana Shrine because, we have a nice lot of trees and so on. So it's just being more sensitive to the space. Then we used to go to London, and Anant used to love going to a lot of these shows. Over time, we shifted towards more of, we went to Brighton for Ishan's birthday, and it was like a very beautiful, place. And we went to this sound bath experience. So instead of going to the regular show, and his sister-in-law is very big on, she knows, she's very plugged in terms of what kinds of shows are there, where, and so on. So when I told her we don't want to go for these noisy ones, she took us to this nice sound bath where they actually put these rugs and everybody lies down on the mat and they play some very soft music and, and it was a great experience. So sometimes it's just being attuned to that. So Anant is now preparing for a session in the Ramana Shrine. So again, we might spend, maybe he'll do more presentations there, which is a quieter environment than the annual day kind of thing, which is much more noisy. So over time, you start to discover those variables. And so I think it's just a challenge for Ujjwal to now figure out where and how to, involve Anant there. So any other thoughts? Okay. So I think that's mostly what I wanted to touch upon today. And I'm glad you were here, Ujjwal, because I think I'm going to make this the intro Fill with Peace video because it's starting with an experience. And people can sort of get a little bit of a feel for what that peace really stands for. And once you start noticing, you find just it becomes more natural. So even for me, I mean, we've been working with Ujjwal since October 2022, and I've known that there is something different about how he engages and the presence and so on. But once you can actually break it down, and the acronym came out well as P.E.A.C.E, so I'm very happy about that. But I find that it is actually capturing the key variables very well, because at the center is activation. We get very up there, everything gets disturbed. So really what we are working towards is more of a, peaceful, grounded state throughout the day, and not too much of this, um, jumpiness and excitement. Because what we find is Anand is, he may be very excited and very happy, and then very quickly it goes to the other side. So we are trying to work on being more here, neither go too high nor go. So he'll be very animated and, talk about the story. The next minute it goes. So we're just trying to even that out a little bit. So if you look at activation, and then from there you look at engagement. So I think if your activation is more like this, you can engage better and connect better. It's difficult to connect when somebody's just bouncing off the walls. And it shapes presence, because if you see the Jackie the dog video, it's both, right? I mean, he's fairly calm, but he's also very animated at the same time. And all of that then results in enjoyment. So you find that these 5 really work well. And if you think about it at the guide level and then at the learner level, but here is a tough part. I think the guide has to do it consistently. So that is the challenge for the guides, because if we can maintain that presence, and we can keep that activation low and so on, which is not easy for us also. And and that's where Ujjwal has been a great help. So I was telling Manju also last time that every time we go to the class, it's sort of a reminder, okay, that's what we need to do. So I think I'm glad that many of you are in the race class, and we sort of get these regular reminders of how to implement these. So that's pretty much, what I wanted to say. And I think it'll be really good if people follow along in the 100-day lab, because I'm wanting to focus on one theme each week. So we started with power of place. I think next time I'd go to people as the next theme, because people and place work together in creating that experience. So like that, each week we'll have a theme. And if you just think along and start paying attention to those variables, both at the guide level and the child level, I think it will shift. And I'm very encouraged, Ujjwal. I didn't think that whatever we were experiencing could be transferred to people in words, but I'm finding that P.E.A.C.E is actually working. And I was very happy to see Neetu's response today. She had really broken it down so well. And there are others who are beginning to do that too. So I think somehow we are making some progress in explaining what we have been experiencing. So maybe some closing thoughts from you, Ujjwal, and then we can close this.
No, thank you for bringing out the importance of the presence and all the other the elements that is required to attain peace. And we are all searching for peace. You all want peace, and I think I mean to when we are actually wanted to communicate the peace, then we should be in peace. So when we are in peace, when we work with peace, then I think we can surely I would say disseminate peace, and we can share peace. So I think we should hold on to it, and then we should go ahead with our practice. And it's a practice, so we may lose some back to the calm presence and continue. Yeah, reminding us every now and then. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ujjwal, for mentioning the practice. It is a practice. It's a daily practice. It's not easy. You have to keep returning to it. So that's an important point. And with that, we'll close. And I think that's where the 100-day lab can help also, because as we shared, because Manju had shared some experiences with plays, Divya had shared, so multiple people are sharing now. So I do encourage people to share in the group, because then we learn from each other and benefit from those experiences. So thank you. And we'll continue the discussion in the group. I'd like to actually do these sessions every week, because I think it's a good place to connect and think about things. So let's try and make this a regular meeting time. And I think it gives us probably something to think about. And Ujjwal, if you can join us at least once a month, that will be wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Namo Ramna.
Namo Ramna.